Hello, I am back today with UberChic Beauty's Uber Mini Texture-licious 2, and I'm very excited about this plate because the first one that she did, I love it so much, it literally never gets put away. It's always by the side of my stamping setup, so I can use it when I need to. I know I'm going to love this one just as much because the patterns on here are so amazing. She has, this is sort of another kind of grid graphic kind of style image, but the lines are thinner here than I've seen on other plates. So that's kind of cool. I love this. It's like, it reminds me of like bubbles under the ocean coming on up, or it could be the surface of water glinting in the sun. It could be almost like a flock of birds taking off into the sky. So I love the depth that this pattern kind of gives. Great for anything, any background like that. Of course, this is gorgeous like paint splatter, and what's really cool about this is that you could have your beautiful hollows or your glitters just popping out of that instead of splattering the paint directly on. This is a great way to get that look, especially in a way that's not as messy as some of the splatter manis, which that's one of the reasons why I stay away from them, is because they're messy. I love scribbly lines. This is great, and this is so fun. UberChic also just put out a unicorn plate, and this would be so fun to go with any of those unicorn images, just like the perfect level of whimsy. And this is really cool too. It's almost like an icy pattern on a windshield or something like that. Just gorgeous. This is like, I don't even know, the dot pattern on it just looks so cool, and I love the gradient effect to it. So that's something you can really play with, especially when you're layering other images over it. This is great for me. I feel like it's not super cutesy, but it has a whimsy to it that would be really good for things like Valentine's manicures or any manicure that you want to give a little bit of fun to. But depending on the colors that you want to use that with, you could also get more of a kind of goth feel if you've got that, like, you know, in a like a gray over black. It could almost be like static on your TV. And this is just ready-made for graffiti. This would be great for, you know, just stamp this over your nails, and then you could hand draw graffiti over that, or you could stamp different images that could even look like hand-drawn graffiti. That would be so much fun. And then of course you could just use it as brick too, because there's plenty of brick that, you know, you could do flowers like ivy coming down, like this was in a garden wall or something like that. So much fun there. This reminds me of the patterns on the machines, like of your heartbeat and stuff. So you could play around with that with Valentine's manis and hearts. So you could have this, like, let's say you've got a red base and you do this in sort of a pink on it, and then you have one in black, one of those lines in black on top of it. That could be really fun. Or you could do like white and have this in black over it, and then red hearts that would really pop with that red. This looks like tire tread to me, and I just love that feel of tire tread. So definitely, like, any mani that you're doing that would be outdoorsy or woodsy that you want to give kind of that outdoory feel to, that would look really cool with that. This reminds me of like rubber bands wrapped around something, and for whatever reason, I'm not sure, I guess it also reminds me of like the brush strokes in kanji. So I think this would be also good for any sort of Asian manicures that you're looking for. If you want a textural element in the background and you're playing around with Asian images or symbols, I think that would be really beautiful. This, to me, at first glance, the first thing that I see when I look at this is like fur on an animal, or like feathers on a bird. Like if you're looking kind of close up but not totally close up. So I think that you could play around with any kind of animal images that you have would go great with that. And, you know, I'm just throwing out ideas, but of course one of the beautiful things about texture images is you can put them with anything. Like you could put flowers with any single one of these images. You could put skulls with any one of these images, you know, so there are all kinds of different looks that you can get depending on what you want to play with. And she doesn't waste any space ever. So down here we've got stop dreaming and start doing, which I love that philosophy. One kind of little star here. I woke up like this. You don't want to see what I wake up like, really. Nobody needs to see that. Believe me, there's a reason why houses have closed doors. And then you've got another 3D star here, which I really love, which has that almost like asymmetrical feel to it. And then what a great textural stripe to have. You could put this like just one way across your nails. That would actually be kind of a cool, even just for a French French tip, kind of asymmetrical French tip, or you could, I guess, make it less asymmetrical if you wanted to. Or you could do it in a couple of different random ways across your nails. You could do it definitely tone on tone and then stamp other images over it. So I love that she... And my cat is trying to disturb my stuff here. All right, in terms of size, her images are generally speaking just a little bit under 3/4 of an inch wide. So 2/16 of an inch short of 3/4 of an inch wide. And then here we have just 1/16 of an inch over 3/4 of an inch tall. And this is why the metric system is so much easier to play around with. Just a little bit, it's like 2.1 centimeters tall, 1.7 centimeters wide, and then just a quick little shot of how big those elements there are below. Okay, for my stamping test, I'm going to use Sally Hansen Insta-Dry in Navy Fleet and a crystal stamper. Beautiful. Oh, look at that awesome texture. So awesome. Gorgeous. Yes. Very tire tready. I scraped a little juicy on the side, but otherwise beautiful. And excellent transfer. And I love that little crazy star. Beautiful fine lines. So this is excellent and has so much great texture, so I will link it below, and thanks for watching.